Another year comes to a close, and whatoplay is back again for your annual dose of the best games of the year. whatoplay presents 10 of the best iOS titles this year, all arranged by play scores, of course. To see the complete list, check out our website at whatoplay.com, link in the description box below. This video is sponsored by Gamla. They just released 2 new free-to-play, play-to-earn games, Bingo Travel and Sea Puzzle. More about them later in the video. At 10th place, Sixit. Opening our list is an indie adventure taking place in a strange world full of anthropomorphic characters. Sixit's gimmick lies in its limited number of moves. Avert an incoming storm by making 6 varied movements. Use these actions to discover the mystery behind this island. The repetition might intimidate some players, but veteran puzzle gamers will find this a breath of fresh air. Make the most out of your limited moves and solve a myriad of puzzles through trial and error. It's great for short bursts of playtime, and it has a ton of replay value, as all mobile games should. It receives a play score of 8.65. 9th place, Giant Dancing Plushies. A game that shouldn't be classified into a genre. On the surface, it showcases an adorable mishmash of stuffed animals wreaking havoc on a city. In reality, it's a rhythm game where you control these cut-and-filled kaijus with careful timing. It's not that complicated, fitting into the iOS library as it caters to casual mobile players that don't want to take things too seriously. Stomping to the beat is easy as 1, 2, 3. Collecting plushies and adding new music into your rainbow-colored stampede will add a few more hours of gameplay. It receives a score of 8.65. 8th place, Queen Rock Tour. Speaking of rhythm games, UK's beloved rock legends have their own game for iOS too. It's not only breaking Billboard charts, it's taking over our list too. Everyone knows Queen, at least those who don't live under a rock. Whether you're a fan or not, Rock Tour lets you jam to the tunes of their greatest hits, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Will Rock You, and more. Master different instruments for each song and appease the departed soul of the great Freddie Mercury. It's a rhythm game at its core, so there isn't anything revolutionary in it, but with its wide selection of Queen music, its licensing definitely deserves praise. It has a play score of 8.68. 7th place, Fantasian. Product of the industry legends responsible for the Final Fantasy series, any fan of JRPGs will enjoy the world. Its themes, style, and especially its tandem with Nobuo Uematsu, the man responsible for most of the Final Fantasy's fantastic scores, will give fans the familiar FF feel. Despite being a new Square Enix title, it's not the original. Its story couldn't compare with Square's Hall of Famers, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Amnesia characters are still in vogue, I guess. What makes Fantasian great is that it's accessible for anyone new to JRPGs. It only takes a few hours to get used to its mechanics, and to enjoy what its story offers. This Apple Arcade exclusive receives a play score of 8.69. At 6, Rush Rally Origins. Racing games get their praise too, and it seems like iOS users are in for a treat this year. Rush Rally Origins is the strongest racing game in the Apple Store right now. It features a top-down camera that somehow works well on the mobile. Graphics are top-notch as well. For a game that could fit at the palm of your hand, it's highly optimized even for low-end iOS versions. If you're interested in adding flavor to your game, customization is a must. Who cares about beating records when the real endgame is fashion? It has a play score of 8.73. Before we get to the next game, we'd like to introduce today's sponsor, Gamla. Gamla is a new mobile game development company that specializes in quick, easy, free-to-play multiplayer games. In fact, they just released 2 new games, Sea Puzzle and Bingo Travel. Sea Puzzle is a Tetris-inspired game, but under the sea themed, and Bingo Travel is basically American Bingo, but on your smartphone. Each game takes about 2 minutes to play, perfect for a quick break. Now before you skip, stop, hear us out. What's cool about them isn't just that you can compete against players from all over the world, you can also earn real-life money from them. That's right, these games are play to earn. You can set up an account in seconds and you'll be able to use it to keep all your achievements and play other Gamla games. And because it's free to play, you can start playing before risking any of your hard-earned moolah. Sure, these games are simple, but it's always great to get a hang of them first. Don't worry, they got your back. They'll only match you with players at your skill level and abilities. Start playing for free today. The links to their iOS versions are in the description box. Use the code whatoplay to get $20 on your first cash-in and another $10 on your second one. 5th place, Behind the Frame. Fans of interactive games will find this visually enthralling. If you're into short and sweet experiences, Silver Lining Studios' indie title is something you should check out. Like Annapurna's Florence, this game doesn't require any mechanical mastery to finish. For about an hour, you follow the life of a protagonist struggling to make her final masterpiece. Puzzle solving is barely challenging, but it compensates for it with its spellbinding art style. There will be crying at the end, so if you're into getting emotional once the credits roll, you're in for a ride. A play score of 8.79. At 4th place, Tears of Themis. An otome game from the studio behind Genshin Impact, MiHoYo blends investigation puzzle and romance sim into one mobile entry. There's nothing innovative or groundbreaking here. It's built for players who find the charm in its selection of breedable characters. Developing the relationship between these sets of characters will open up new doors to its story. Its recent update added outfit changing, lounge customization, and birthdays for your favorite character. A play score of 8.81. At 3rd place, Hunt Down. This iOS arcade title from Coffee Stain is like a time machine. Anyone who likes Contra or Metal Slug will find this game's aesthetic and gameplay delightful. Help these bounty hunters secure the bag in the sprawling cyberpunk city. The side-scrolling retro shooter really takes us back to the good old days of 80s gaming. Hunt Down takes pride in its inspirations and injects it with their own unique and modern twist. A play score of 8.83. At 2nd place, Baba Is You. This award-winning indie title from Hempuli Oy has graced iOS devices with its satisfying brain teasers. Take command of how every level works by making your own rules and how to manipulate the mysterious blocks. Every new level presents new and unique interactions, creating a fresh experience for every playthrough. With over 200 levels plus 150 more with its recent update, it's almost an emergent experience with mechanics evolving in different ways. It receives a play score of 8.86. And at 1st place, Divinity Original Sin 2. One of the most immersive RPGs just arrived on iOS early this year. Original Sin 2 offers hours and hours of story-heavy adventure in its gripping fantasy world. Once you've created your character, the world opens up, and it's up to you to make your own choices. Coming from consoles, adapting Divinity 2 to a portable device was a huge task. Thankfully, Larian Studios managed to do it just right without sacrificing most of its key elements. It works smoothly on iOS M1 chipsets, running at a stable 60 frames. Expect this game to eat up your battery life though. Co-op is also presented as well. Invite a friend over and lend him your extra Bluetooth controller and enjoy this grand journey together. It has a play score of 8.98.